Pick a card. What's impeding your progress? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at your reading. Hi friends, my name is Crystal with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading for you. Today we're going to be looking at what is impeding your progress. So what is holding you back? What is keeping you stuck in your head? What is in your way? What exactly is impeding your progress here? We also want to explore how you can get unstuck, because you probably already know what has you stuck. So we'll spend a good portion of your reading exploring those things. This is the intention portion of the reading. You can skip to your actual read by going into the comment box, the description box. Hello. I feel like if it wants to come out, we'll do it again. All right. What is impeding your progress? Let's get 3 cards here, please. Card number 1. Well, hello, Hanged Man. We'll do card number 2, the Moon. I am not surprised to see you either. And card number 3, the King of Swords. I'll make sure to take a picture of this and leave it up after the intention portion so you can have a close look and make your selection. In the meantime, I'll see you at your reading. Hi friends, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my channel. If you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. What is impeding your progress? Pile number 1, what has you stuck and tied up? We have the Hanged Man. Let's get 2 more cards, please. The King of Cups, along with the Page of Swords. I feel like this is the only Page of Swords that I really don't dislike. But anyways, it's not personal, Crystal. What is impeding your progress right now is you taking a lot of time to deliberate. You might be examining, because she's holding her heart right here, a lot of what's caused you pain. You might be in a paralysis of analysis. You might be stuck on thought, thinking about what has transpired or what has not transpired that really hurt you emotionally. And the reason why I say this is I feel like there's a lot of introspection with the Hanged Man, trying to find things, look at things from a different angle. But also, this Page of Swords has his hand on his heart. And so I feel like this isn't prying into other people's business. This is definitely doing a lot of inner work. This is doing, I heard scholastic achievement. You could be doing like energy work and Reiki and acupuncture, acupressure, personality studies, whatever it is that you have been doing lately to do some inner research. Basically, you could be looking at your family history, your relationship history, and it could have to do with this person, this King of Cups, whether male or female. We read energy on this channel, not sex. So, by the way, when I pulled this card out initially, my very first thought was that ship has sailed. And I feel like with this king, there's a ton of emotion, but there's not a lot of thought process going on there. He is missing the top of his head, which is quite interesting. Now, it's very nebulous, like a ton of clouds in the background. And it seems like, to me, that stands for clarity of thought. There is no clarity on either side. If this represents like a romantic partner, possibility, or potential, I feel like this person doesn't have the ability to really think things through. And they kind of just want peace at all costs, but they have a lot of depth to them. I feel like they're all emotion at this point, or at the point where you left off, whatever that point is to you. Now, with the Page of Swords, I feel like you're really trying to intellectualize it. I feel like you have had a lot of growth from the situation. You have been able to really turn mud into, sounds weird, but you know those homes that they make out of mud, which I think is pretty fascinating because you can actually go on YouTube and they're pretty extensive if you do a little bit of research. But anyways, I feel like you've taken that mud and you have actually made things grow out of it. Maybe you started a business out of it. Maybe you started a passion project. Maybe perhaps you yourself provide support to other people that have been emotionally hurt by this. And this could be a parent, by the way, because I keep getting mental health issues. It could be a parent that has mental health issues, that they have a lot of turbulence. Because look at, I want to think that these are almost like whales. I'm not sure. You know, there's a lot of turbulence going on here. And usually I feel like whales are more peaceful. But this is like a hunting frenzy or feeding frenzy. So this could be a parent that has been really preoccupied with feeding their own needs, their own wants, their own desires, their own emotions. And you could be looking at it, trying to recoup from that. Even her dress has like clouds in the sky, which is quite interesting. So I feel like you have a grace about you that you are really trying to utilize to look from a different perspective. But even everything that you have built, you know, it almost seems like a suit with a zipper right here. You want to uncover and look beyond that and see what is beyond that. Is there any more? Is there anything else I missed? So once again, a lot of us enter also like, you know, the mental health arts and things like that for reasons of our own, that we have to deal with our own or family members or things that have affected us directly. So there could be that element. Like with this sash tied around her waist with that gold, I feel like you've kind of cinched tight and you're looking pretty and you're looking handsome and you've done well for yourself even to this point. And I feel like this could be like a private pain that you don't really share with a lot of people or people that are they're unaware of it. But what can release you? Let's see. How do we get out of this? Hello. Okay. You need to juggle. You need to juggle between two equally important things. But more than that, I feel like things that give you physical and mental. Interesting. I feel like this is, yeah, a physical and mental thing in order to get you a little bit out of stagnant energy. We all know intellectually that exercise moves us out of that energy, or it moves energy out of our bodies as well. So that could be something here for you. And something concrete that you do to move away from it. Don't just sit there and think about it. Do something, yeah, physical. Seven of emotions. So there's, look at this cool little goldfish here. I love these. So there could be a lot of illusions, okay? A lot of illusions, a lot of ideas, a lot of notions. And you could be stuck between like, what do I choose? How do I handle it? What do I do? But realistically, there's only going to be, out of those 7 cups or emotions, it's only going to be about 2 viable ones. If you're really confused about a decision on what to do, write them all down. Minimum, write down 7 and start crossing off the ones that are pure fantasy. Like, for example, for me, thinking I could just sing beautifully at the opera and never had any voice classes, and never mind, I don't sing, period. Yeah, that's just really highly unrealistic. So putting them on paper will be able to, you'll be able to troubleshoot and see what's unrealistic and pure fantasy. And that way you can just kind of scratch them off and continue on to the ones that actually make sense, the ones that are viable, the ones that actually you have skill and an aptitude for, or that seem like a good solution or a good entryway to the situation. Yeah. So inspiration right here. And I feel like what this is you're exploring openings to something completely different. Yeah, so you're about to discover, uncover a way how to release yourself from this toxic situation. Also from being paralyzed in almost like fear mode. Okay, pal, number 1. How else can we get out of this? I'm feeling like fight, flight, fawn, or freeze, those kind of things. And I think that's why you're kind of frozen and trying to make a good judgment. The Knight of Emotions, nice. So I feel like this has something to do with your clairaudience. So if you have clairaudience, I'm going to say that this has a lot to do with listening to your clairs, your personal clairs, your spirit guides, whatever you call them. And that's going to give you freedom. So when I crack the deck open, immediate opposite of this, let me see if I can lift these cards without dragging everything on camera. I have like 5 decks here. Okay, so the Eight of Voices, and this is what inspired today's reading, by the way. I was thinking, what is it that we should be reading upon today for the collective? And I have the Eight of Voices. Eight of Swords is being caught, in a mental trap, a mental fog of sorts, an inability to move either way, or you feel like it. And it's all illusion. So this is confirming that, whatever gives you great emotion in a positive way. We don't want to be like emotional, right? But we definitely want to experience what makes you feel free and juicy and happy and excited. So we want to head towards those things. And ruminating on things that just are long gone or things that you cannot change, because we cannot change other people, right, is not going to be helpful for you. So listen to your own personal calling, and that's going to help you dislodge some of the energy. Again, get your body moving a little bit. I lecture myself, by the way. What else do we have here? How can we get unstuck for pile number 1, please? Yep, just taking a leap. I feel like you need to make an assessment, a good assessment of what is a good path for you, what's viable. I even have ladders right here as far as, going through the sand. Interesting, going through the sand. It's almost like going through sand of time. So you could be thinking about like time traveling, or what transpired when I was younger, and how can I change that? Well, you can't. And even thinking about how can I change myself currently, how this has affected me, whatever your thing is, but you are basically on really dry ground. I mean, there's nothing here but sand and more sand. So it's time to get up and start moving. And I feel like you're going to start feeling that juice of life once again. I haven't used that term in a long time. Hello. But yeah, it's time to get some movement going. Travel lightly, because this will open up things for you. Then I have for you the High Priestess and the Muse of Voices. This one jumped out, and this was at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to say that this is the end of your reading. It's going to be a quick thing, obviously. But the Muse of Voices, this is like utilizing your voice to create peace, to open up new areas that you have previously thought about but not explored. This is doing things differently. This is opening up your heart, not keeping everything stuffed in. Yep, a lot of vocalization. So whatever it is that you're feeling, whether you're speaking with a therapist or speaking it out into the world, or manifesting by speaking it up to spirit and allowing that to manifest, whatever it is that you need to do, or variations thereof, is divinely supported. With the High Priestess, you know exactly what to do. It is your time to move. It is your time to speak, by the way. You're the keeper of secrets, but I think some things are about to come out, and it is high time. She's holding the moon. It's almost like you're holding the moon, and you decide what phase it's in with your actions. So by saying that, I feel like you could affect other people's emotions, and maybe perhaps that's why you are at a stalemate and you don't want to. But bottom line, you have to speak your truth and do you, and allow everything else to kind of fall. People have a choice and an option to feel a certain way, however they want to feel. That is entirely up to them. That is not something that we can control, okay? So what the heck? Let's take a couple of these tea leaves here, because, I mean, that was like a fast read. What else do we have for pile 1? That could be important. January. This could have something to do with January. And I'm even looking at this like frosted over in a big like Pinocchio nose. Could be somebody like born in January. I feel like even a liar. You could have been dealing with a liar, or somebody lying on you, or somebody that is frozen out. But in January, that might be changing. That might be exposed as well. Okay, what else do we have? The Gong, an exciting event, so things to look forward to. And that, my friend, is something that you have to kind of initiate by getting movement. Okay, these cards came out earlier. Time to act in a new job and a career. Yeah, put a pin in it. Girl or guy, you got this. I feel like this has to do with not only creating or reinventing yourself in a lot of ways, but making an impact on other people, speaking to other people, so that they too have freedom, they too have joy, they too can be from out of the burden of stuffing everything in and making zero progress. So I think that you're going to be an inspiration for so many different people, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much. Oh, and Amalite might be a crystal that you could work with. So that's what I have for you. Much love to you. Until next time, give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Namaste. Hi, pile number 2. My name is Griselda Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your reading. For those of you that are new subscribers, thank you so much. And for those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you so much for repeating. So we're here to find out what is impeding your progress. Pile number 2, what has you stuck and tied up? And we have the moon with you, mysteries. Things that are unknown, things that are going on in the dark, your intuition. And these tentacles appear to just want to be grabbing this person into the waters. And I feel like that could be holding you back. I feel like this could also stand for lies, deceit, anything like that as well. With the King of Wands, we have the King of Wands coming here. What else do we have? And the Four of Pentacles. So this is, hello. For some of you guys, this is going to be romantic right off the bat. Because I feel like with the King of Wands is somebody who wants you, who knows what they want, who's just focused. They're I heard focus freaks. Okay, you guys don't judge me, but take it if it makes sense. Take it. If not, you know, keep it moving. But here with the King of Wands, this could also be a mover, a shaker. That could have to do with a business, inspiration, or somebody who has a ton of creative ideas, and that is blossoming and blooming. And for whatever reason, you're not privy to the ideas that they have. In the Four of Pentacles, I feel like you've been holding back, keeping things to yourself, maybe being more about a lover of your home, staying at home, doing things close to the home front, close to your city, things like that. Yep, and you're under lock and key. You're not allowing your emotions to be, I don't know, you're not allowing other people to be privy to your emotions. And you could be also in a stand where you're not spending any money, or just like really careful with things, and a lot of introspection, by the way. So what is impeding your progress? What has you tied up here, please? Okay, this one came out in pile 1. 7 of inspiration. You feel like there's just this great darkness. It's like, I don't know how to progress. Things seem to be well. I am happy at the home front. Maybe I do have inspiration, but I don't know how to birth it. This to me feels like a birth. And that is, look, coming down from the staff into a birth. This is like divinely guided. So I feel like you are being divinely guided. Whatever it is that you have on your mind right now, whether it's a business or a marketing strategy or whatever that has to do with like success or energy or excitement, I feel like you need to listen to that inspiration, because it is going to allow for a new birth for you. A new time where you're going to feel unstuck. You're going to see light of day. You're going to get out of this like darkness. I don't feel like you're, you know, in a horrible depression or anything. Some of you guys might be, but I don't feel that. I definitely just feel a little bit, I don't know, maybe a touch of sadness, but not, you know, like a Great Depression or anything. Now, keep in mind, all births come with a very trying time, a very difficult time. So you are going to grow, you're going to stretch, you're going to grumble. It could be painful at times, but 6 of materials, yeah. I feel like it is going to be very financially profitable. Now, if this does not have to do with a business, then I feel like this definitely has to do with someone sharing their emotion with you. And even sharing their wealth, their success, things like that. You could feel like you're finding your other half, your twin, or you could simply feel like, you know what? Because it's interesting, this is about being generous, and this is about holding everything back to yourself. So you could be seeing that when you give to others, you get even more back, and it's going to seem to be like a little game. Some of you guys could be even testing spirit and saying, well, I give this, and, you know, let's see it come back. How is this circular? How are we all one? How are we all growing together? How is it beneficial to give? And you could see that just coming back to you in a radical way. Some of you guys might even be shocked. The Temperance card, yeah, keep everything in balance and make sure that you understand that you have a divine alchemy going on right now. What you have is maybe the past and the future kind of combining, and these are ideas in the subtle realm, really combining in order to create a third ingredient. And the third ingredient is going to be your secret sauce, your secret recipe for success, for movement as well, okay? No more stagnation. Pile number 2, how do we get out of being stuck here? Stuck here in the subtle realms. As I feel like this is almost like being subtle, so subtle, and then all of a sudden, boom, in everybody's faces for some of you guys. How do we get unstuck here, please? The Page of Materials, decide, make a decision. Make a decision to plant, to water, to allow to grow, to nurture, and it will grow and it will blossom and it will blow your mind and encourage you to have more ideas to blossom as well. You know, it could be, again, starting on a small area and just investing in that, and you'll see how it grows into something better. Now, the cool part about this, I just noticed all the red right here, with this king, and this king, this is an interesting deck. The King of Wands, she has everything red. Everything's like red right here, and this stands for like stability, prosperity. This is how you, you know, feed yourself, clothe yourself, home yourself, all of that stuff. The Nine of Inspiration. Look how beautiful these cards are. They're so pretty. But I feel like, yeah, you're leaving this desert in this area of maybe you're feeling judged. Maybe whenever you have to walk between people, between family members, because the house has been featured here, or you're walking in the subtle realms because you're afraid that people are going to look at you and judge you with their laser eyes and you'll be dead on the spot, that kind of a thing. But I think that you're going to surpass that. You've traveled long and far in order to come to the attention of these people right here. And this, you know, it's like a nod to the Sphinxes. Anyways, if they open their eyes when you're walking through, then you could be lasered to death. I remember watching a movie like that, but I'm sure that's not the Sphinx story at all. So I'm horribly paraphrasing. I said paraphrasing. Yep. But I feel like you might be, you know, around people that have like the same mind and they're linked. This connectivity can have a lot to do with like the internet, because it's like they're connected with this little antenna top hat thing. And it could have to do with a lot of things that like propaganda, things that have been fed via the airwaves and things like that. And, you know, there's nothing that spreads further than fear. So this could have something to do with that, you know, based on other people's fears of what's going on in the world and things like that. And their ideas of what the news say, taking it for fact instead of doing a little bit of homework. And I think that maybe you've been afraid to, I don't know, be in the center of all that, right? Because, well, I mean, if everybody's saying it's got to be true, right? No need to do my own research. No. The Knight of Emotions. Pile number 2, you might have a message. And pile number 1 as well, only if you feel led to. But this is how you're going to escape. Continue following and listening to your ancestors, following the beat of your own drum. This is freedom. This is a chain that has been broken. This is I cannot be rode. I said it. This is doing your own thing. This is speaking your truth with your voice. Bottom of the deck, I have the Sun. That is a yes, yes, yes. And I feel like that is what is becoming like incredibly radiant about you, is you taking a risk on you speaking out, you giving to the world and seeing how that comes back to you. 7 of Inspiration. This is coming down by divine order. This is not just your idea, by the way, okay? This is Spirit's idea, and you are meant for this. Now, if you're creative for this very reason, have no mistake, you will, you know, we all endure challenges and stuff, but you will also be divinely supported. I know it's easy for me to say that, sitting in the chair that I'm at, speaking to other people. But it is definitely true. You can reflect upon the times that you've had difficulties and pushed through and made it to the other side and had nothing but great things happen. So the 10 of Materials, this could be affecting your money. I think no more sitting around thinking about things, dreaming about things, holding things close to your chest. No more lock and key. No more home hugger. I'm a home hugger too. The Ten of Materials talks about loyalty. This talks about tribe. This talks about vibe. This talks about people in support of you. But this also talks about linking up with people, other people, in order to hold their hand. And maybe this is saying that it is time for you to listen to spirit. And I'm having a ton of energy in my crown chakra, because whatever's inspired you to do whatever it is by divine inspiration, okay, that's going to support other people. That is essentially holding their hand as well, so that they can make it through these Sphinx creatures or whatever this is. They can make it through the dark night of the soul in order for them to really travel in between and not feel that incredible fear, or not feel that they're by themselves, right? So we have the muse of voices. Yep, using your voices. It could feel like walking, taking a walk on the plank of, you know, like a ship. Walk the plank. It could feel like you are walking and there's a lot of black water there. Not being sure what is in the water or who's with you, like who emotionally feels the same or similar. But I guarantee you, with so many people on this earth, somebody is going to feel like they're on your side. Also guarantee a lot of people will not agree and feel like they're on your side, and that's okay too. The point of the matter is that you need to really go after this, because it can affect your foundation, your success. This could also be an inheritance from your family, generation to generation. Yes, your earthly family, but also an inheritance from your divine family, okay? They don't even have had to have been family members on this earth. Wow, I just almost spoke with like a list. Maybe somebody has a list, or you have a list, or sometimes you can come across as having a list. But the biggest thing is work with Amalite. That can really help you, and that can really unlock and give you a lot of freedom. Yeah, freedom from Ten of Voices. Pardon me. From betrayal, from feeling like people have said negative things about you, from the void growing, from you feeling that void in your heart. And maybe perhaps this has a lot to do with all the sand and the keys and the locks and the really tough roads. Maybe you've had to travel through really tough terrain. Maybe you have had to relocate because your country is in a war. And I heard, well, we're all in a war. Yeah, maybe with the Fool, you've had to climb out of situations, difficult situations. And when you climbed out of it, it just seemed like, well, where am I now? I'm at the desert. Well, this is a way to really get you to express yourself and express what freedom, wow, what freedom Spirit is giving you. Yes, the Two of Emotion, bottom of the deck right here. This is This is connect with your emotions. This is, you're going to find your divine family, your counterpart. This is people that really see eye to eye with you. This is emotional gratification. This is the Holy Grail. This is feeling fluid and going with movement. And with all the fish, it is abundant, okay? So you cannot lose here. There are things that need to be left behind, but in order for movement to open up for you, this needs to happen. The Three of Inspiration. Yeah, it's like a domino effect. So have faith that once you walk through that portal, that you get through this portal, that you make a decision. Even this could be seen as like a portal, right? You're deciding to be brave and no longer locked in fear from doing what it is that you're called to do. And it's a domino effect. I feel like it could have a lot of effect on other people. I feel like it's going to elevate you, and you're going to just travel a lot lighter. You're going to be a lot more sure of yourself, more content. Even with this watery pool-like background, I feel like your emotions could be just crystal clear and peaceful finally, okay? And part of this has to do with embracing what it is that your sacral chakra needs from you at this current time. So this is about how we experience pleasure and joy and happiness and sensuality and sexuality. All of those things. Creativity is a big one. How we experience fun. When was the last time you had fun? This is a Magician. Bring some fun into your life, and I think that you'll manifest and get out of this stuckness. Is that a word? Yeah, it's a word now. You'll get out of this in no time at all, because once again, I feel like you have a divine connection. So it's going to seem like you're pulling ideas out of the ethers, and one way to test that, frankly, I had a boyfriend. I digress, but I had a boyfriend a long time ago, and he would tell me that, you know, well, I just feel like everything's out in the ethers and you just stretch out your arm and you grab something. Basically, the ideas are in this pool, in the unseen pool above, and we just have to reach out and grab it. They're open to anyone, but it's up to you to decide to do or not to do. And if you choose not to, that means that other people can go in there and grab the same thing or something different. You're just grabbing stuff that is magnetized towards you, and they can actually use it and invent or create or do whatever it is that you had in your hand initially. And that's why when you think of something and you don't act on it, you look around and you're like, but I thought about that. And I've done this, by the way, you know, and it's like, yeah, Grisel, you thought about that like 5 years ago, 8 years ago. And what did you do? Nothing. Well, somebody else did something with it. So divinely guided, divinely inspired, two of inspiration. Yep. You're getting out of this whitewash mentality. Look at this. You could be working on your sacral chakra. And if you're not, definitely a good idea to start doing that right now, because I feel like it's going to give you that vision, that longevity, that wisdom, that inspiration, that excitement. So whatever it is, start eating things that are orange, or burning orange candles, or visual therapy, like color therapy, all of that. Whatever it is to you, start doing that, because it's going to really help things move quickly. And what else do we have with the tea leaf cards, please? Pile number 2. I have the shield. You need to defend yourself. Yeah, it might be a situation where you feel like you need to defend yourself, especially if you have a lot of naysayers, a lot of people like back here saying, well, you need to be careful, or I heard on the news, or you know, whatever the case may be, you get the gist. So anything else? Nothing ventured, nothing found is what I heard. Dark man, dealings with a relationship with a dark man, or dark complexion or hair. Okay. And what else? Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Yep, wind chimes could be really helpful for you right now. Maybe you should buy a set for your home. Listening to them can actually break up, you know, negative energy. Maybe you want to also look into like feng shui, because that's a feng shui trick. But that's all I have for you. Pile number 2. If you like this reading, do like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, namaste. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the King of Swords, you're at the correct pile. Welcome, welcome. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're a repeat offender, thank you so much for tuning in. My camera's all like cattywampus. What happened here? Got a little bit crazy. Okay, King of Swords. Let's get a little bit of energy here. What is impeding your progress? What has you tied up and stuck? What is impeding your progress, please? I'm getting 2. This is 6 of Pentacles. Could be giving to 2 different people, or somebody giving to 2 different people. It could be the 6 of Pentacles. Somebody is spilling tea about you, or you spilling tea about someone else. And the Page of Pentacles. Interesting that we have pouring here, the pouring out, and she's just kind of carrying this to give whatever is needed. But this appears excess, even though that cup is not overflowing. The feeling I have is like too much. You're saying too much, giving too much. The King of Swords. The King of Swords represents mental clarity. But with this bird, like a bird's eye view, I almost feel like somebody is observing you or looking at you, and you could feel the energy. And maybe you're being scrutinized at work. That's another thing. Or maybe a partner or lover is scrutinizing you. And this could be saying also that maybe you're giving to 2 different people and your partner is caught on and they are scrutinizing you, keeping an eye on you. Okay, 6 of Emotions right here. And maybe this is about you. Look at this child is like playing, like they're an air pilot, like aviator from way back when, right? And there's a suitcase here, and there's a planet in the hand as well. So this could be even talking about thinking and wishing that you can travel or leave a situation or go on vacation. This portal here appears to be like a portal, but it also looks like a mirror being hung. Excuse me. I feel like you're not able to speak your truth. So sorry. You're not able to speak your truth because maybe this King of Swords is like, well, that's not the truth. The truth is this. I told you what the truth is, okay? So maybe your narrative is being controlled by others. It could be an entity, a business, a person, a family member, a lover. Six of Voices. Yeah, and I feel like this is a nod to, yes, I understand that. And I need to move away from this. I feel like you are on a spiritual path. And I feel like you have like three major things that you need to kind of navigate. I heard bob and weave in order for you to get to the other side. Because this beautiful lady right here appears to be giving a lift to this person to the other side. And there are these spikes coming out here. So I feel like this could be like harsh communication from this king, whether it's male, female, doesn't make a difference. But you are being divinely lifted out of that situation some way, somehow. For one of you, not all of you, I feel like one person could be going to jail and getting them out of your way. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like a sense of, if there's that much of a control freak, there's something definitely wrong or some instability there. You could have a connection to pile number one. Ooh, a lot of crown chakra energy. I'm looking at her hands right here. One thing that could really help you are the mudras. If you look up on YouTube, there's a ton of people that can explain it way better than I can about the mudras. And this is about, you know, your hand positions and utilizing them in a way that's effective for you to help you out of feeling maybe fearful, out of feeling, I heard incompetent, I don't know, out of feeling small. So could be that maybe somebody is trying to make you feel small. And with the 10 of materials, I feel like this could be a family member. It could be somebody you consider family, a close friend, a relative. And it could be even like a work family, things like that. I just feel like there are two gossips here. It's almost like two aunts or two women, like an aunt and somebody else. Yeah, but 7 of inspiration, I feel like you're wanting to do away with that. This is coming out quite a bit in this reading. I feel like you are about to escape all of that. The Muse of Materials, yep. You're about to emerge out of this darkness here and climb into something that's completely different. But you know, the thing is that these travels, these metamorphoses for all of these 3 piles so far have been solo. It's like you're traveling by yourself. You're making your own way. You're making up your own mind. With the inspiration, you really have to pick a path, and a path that's going to bond you to yourself. It's almost like you're looking in the mirror and saying, okay, I got you. And the mirror's like, I got you, girl or guy or whatever, right? And it could be one of these incredible pathways that feel like they're rickety, like a board could be loosened and you can fall, but you know, it's held on for many, many years. And you have a path, you have a clear path in order to see to the other side a great abundance, stability. I feel also that you're kind of leaving a dark time of your life right now. The Muse of Emotions, and this is giving me like goat feelings or yeah, control, like the devil energy and things like that. So the Muse of Emotions can also be having maybe drinks or doing things differently in a way to make you feel good. And that's great. But you want to definitely, you know, moderation, especially for making major decisions. I feel like proceed slowly, just like this young lady is. Observing, even the dragonfly has cycles. And I think if I read it correctly, it was a cycle of about 4 months that they lived. But they're incredible, incredible little creatures, phenomenal to look at. They fly so fast. And I feel like you have a very gentle spirit with that dress. I feel like a very pure spirit. Paired up with this person, I heard narcissist. That could be a very bad thing. With the 6 of material, I feel like you could have been giving to this person or persons or situation. And they could have really taken advantage of that, okay? But that is ending. The Ace of Materials, I feel like this is you. And this looks like a key to me almost. So you have a key that is rooted. I heard suited and booted and now rooted. I feel like you have been listening to a calling and you've been a little bit confused about that. mainly because you have people around you, naysayers, people, it's like, that's not realistic, you can't do that, don't do it that way, do it this way. But the Page of Voices is saying, you know what, I'm going to listen to my intuition, I'm going to speak what I need to speak, and I'm getting downloads from Spirit itself. The Hierophant is you with higher learning, attaining higher learning, and maybe you've kind of like, everything is destitute, maybe you lost everything, I don't know, or maybe you have to leave everything behind in order to progress into this new life. But rest assured, I feel like this great tapestry out in the skies, the tapestry of life is going to really be woven in such a way that you will not be naked and feeling destitute. You'll be feeling abundant and rich and at peace. Look, with the sun at the bottom of the deck as well. This is my yes, yes, yes. Definitely do that. Get into a little bit more meditation. I know I speak of it often, but I definitely need to get more into it because I've been skipping that routine, and that is not good for my balance. So a lot to do with your sacral chakra, but I feel like you're going to go and navigate. Earthing could be important to you as well, and how to get away from that. Yeah, earthing, look at you, is going to allow you to put roots down. It's going to allow you to follow your heart, your true north, I heard. And I think that is a vast forest. Even in that forest, there is an eyeball. It's almost like we've been expecting you. You could make a geographical relocation. But even if you don't, you're definitely leaving these energies behind. You're not putting that time and effort. You're not allowing this form of authority to continue to rule in your life. It's been dogmatic. It's been oppressive. It's been painful. It's been self-serving to them. It has been something that has not allowed you to shine, has not allowed you to feel like you're free, like you're comfortable, that you're confident. All of those are key points, I feel. And I think that the thread is coming undone, and that's part of why you are hearing and listening to Spirit. And initially it could feel scary. I totally get that. But you do have a tribe out here. Yeah, with the Tower, some things need to fall in order for things to grow, to evolve. And I feel like when it's built on that foundation, you could have been feeling like you're standing on a pinpoint, like you can't move either way. This is a tower that, you know, this dogma has always said, you got to do it this way. I got to, you know, I have to do this on Sundays and do this on Mondays, and this is how we do it, and there is no other way because that's what they expect. But I feel like you're having, you know, not only those structures crumble within your mind, but also you're having great revelations that motives on other people have not been pure motives like yours. And I think that that is a great release. What I'm hearing right now is if you actually just see people's motives, why they want control of you and other people, it's going to give you that independence, that freedom, that, well, you can have, you know, your motives, but I'm independent, I'm free. I also heard that you passed a test. This right here reminds me of a very old school test that we used to do in school. And it was like little bubbling of the A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, or whatever it is. And that's how you would conduct your test. And then they would put it through a machine, tell you if you passed or whatever. So I feel like you're passing a test like that. And after this great test, you are going to retreat into solitude to pull in more peace, more energy, more knowledge. You could be into sun gazing. You could be into just breath work. You could be into traveling by yourself, making your own way. I'm thinking of a friend who is actually physically traveling with her and her dog everywhere. And I think it's really beautiful and inspiring. But that's what she's doing. And I love that. I love that exploration, spirit of exploration. Yep. So that could be you. What else do we need to know? How do we release from this energy? I feel like this has been like other people putting agendas on you, other people kind of expectations on you. And it is time for you to kind of, 3 material. It is time for you to kind of rip the threads out of that and then rebraid and come together with other people that see things the way you do, that bloom, that grow, that is not about dogma. It's about collaborative effort. It's not competitive. It's cooperative energy. And with that, I feel like that's what you've been wanting. You've been wanting that cooperative energy. Look at the faces here, forming the glass. Super creative. And I feel like you and other people will form a vessel. But in the meantime, unless you have this, you don't want those cups. You don't want those cups. You could be thinking about, okay, when times were nicer and funner and whatever, but the clouds are parting. And it seems to me that what you've been given here could be even difficult, because it's hard to imagine, you know, with that braided energy right here, how to come together is you go solo, but you're going to find counterparts that are similar to you. And together you create this one cup. And that Four of Cup is beautiful. And it is Eureka. I found it. It is emotional gratification. It's, wow, I found somebody who believes like I do, or sees like I do, or has a drive like I do, or is inspired the same as I. Somebody that you vibe with, and somebody that you can easily add to your tribe. And that is so important to you right now. The Page of Inspiration. Yep, look at you. You could have unicorn hair. You could want unicorn hair or love it like I do. All things unicorn. You, my friend, are definitely a unicorn. I feel like also with the mystical cat right here, and the little sonic wave around his head, I feel like you could be getting downloads, mystical downloads, and things that really don't make perfect sense. With the hair, I always think of antenna, you know, hair, braided hair, antenna into the ethers, into spirit, into higher learning. And I feel like what you're shedding, what's being shed right now currently, are outmoded ideas, outmoded ways of doing things, dogma. I think that this directly relates to a lot of what's going on in the world currently. And I think that it is scary. It is scary for a lot of us, kind of looking at things and seeing, wow, that rabbit hole went far and deep and wide. And it is crazy how everything that we look at is not untouched, you know, by dogma and things like that, and other forces that really just kind of want to rule and control. And it can be intimidating. But there is a way out, because spirit is by far bigger than anything like that. Yep. So see you walking through a portal, the portal of inspiration. There's a lot of threes coming up here with you collaborating, cooperating. You could also like wind up going on this journey, a movement of freeing yourself, and also but feeling a lot of pain. The Four of Material is about stuffing your emotions, stuffing your feelings, holding them to yourself. Be careful that you don't prize your emotions, and don't fill up with it like this camel fills up with water. We could get our fill of it, or get into our feelings, and that will leave you stagnant once again. So once you do allow movement into your life or make decisions, make sure that you keep it moving. Keep it popping, because that will help everything. Look, the Muse of Inspiration. Yep. You're elevating, you're creating, you're meeting with other minds that are identical to you. And the reason why they're, quote, identical to you is because they've been divinely inspired as well. It is no accident that you're meeting other creatives. No accident that you are speaking about same topics or same themes, or creating the same things. Maybe it's like a brand. Yeah. And this could be as simple as like working for a family industry, and you know they've always been bankers, and you're like, no, I want to be designing dresses for the runway, and they, you know, kind of put a stop to that, and you're here to reclaim your power once again. You're like, well, if you want, you know, me involved banking system, it's just not going to happen anymore. I've given you my time, and I'm moving on and pursuing that which makes me happy. Pile number 3. How to get out of this, please. How does pile number 3 continue their journey? Look, accelerated motion. So you don't have to dwell all that long. Pyramids could have something to do also with you connecting with spirit in a higher vibe and spiritual ascension. But keep it pure. Keep it completely what it is that you're feeling, because I feel like that is the way and the path. And it may seem very kind of like weird and awkward initially, but you'll see that the little steps that you make will generate a big outcome for you, something that you never thought would actually, happen. So once again, remember that you've been suffering in silence. And so maybe you're making an assessment right now. And once again, this is a nod to orange, your sacral chakra, sacral, however you pronounce it. People pronounce it differently. But this is, even she has a wand right here. And this is about like getting your mojo back, but you're looking and you're like, well, what makes me happy? What does that look like in the real world versus fantasy? And how do I get unstuck? And I feel like the steps that you are going to be taking will carve out steps for other people, future generations, or people behind you, either way, in order for them to be able to walk that walk as well. And then love begins. What a beautiful reading. Look at that. I mean, you have partnerships coming, you have dreams, you have rainbows here. You have peace, which is first and foremost what I was feeling like you wanted. And with that, you have a lot of growth coming to you. I'm going to pull a couple of tea leaves. Pile number 3. If you're liking these kind of readings, do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. Maybe jot down something in the comment area that you'd like to hear or about a reading on. Did I say that weird? Yeah, I did. Yeah, but if anything you want to be done a reading on, then let me know. Gosh, I can't even use my words. Pile 3, here we are. Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Yep. And that's what I was feeling. Business, a lot of it business, but a lot of it a marriage with yourself, right? Reclaiming your own power and success. What I tell you. Look. And all the colors are white. You could be drawn right now to selenite. Anything like this is going to really hold a lot of power for you to break energetic cords, to really uplift you, to cleanse your energy as well. It is, I'm told, the only stone, the only crystal that actually cleanses, and it doesn't need to be cleansed. I love that. So whatever it is that you need to do, get you some selenite, get you a little meditation, get you a little barefoot, and walking around outside, and get you in touch with spirit. That's what I have for you. Much love to you. Until next time, namaste.